Y'all, what? What? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Like, so we're going to start in order. Okay, we are going to talk in order. If you talk about something that's not in order and that's not what we're talking about, I'm not going to pay attention until we're actually talking about what we're talking about. So you already know Chris and Paige are going to be last. All right. So save your thoughts. Save your thoughts. Whoo! Just keep in mind, he used to be a minister. Ah! Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Y'all. So we're going to start with, well, first of all, how are you guys? How are you guys doing today? Is everybody well? How's everyone doing? Felonia said you're screaming at your phone. I'm dead. The comments are about to be crunchy. Who you guys? Hey y'all. Hey y'all. You're doing well. That's good. Oh my goodness. Absolute chaos. And you know, at first I was like, oh, why are they doing part one, part two? This is unnecessary. No, it's necessary. It was necessary. Yeah, I take back all my criticism. Okay. So we're gonna start with Eric and Virginia. All right. I can't help but notice that, like, the way that they were sitting kind of made me a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know. Okay, we know that Virginia has anxiety. She has said that. We've seen it. It's very evident. But the way that she was sitting was almost like she was trying to create space between them. Did anybody else notice that? I just want to know if, am I reading into it? Was I the only one who saw that? Okay, I'm getting some agreements. It was kind of weird to me. And she kept like rubbing her hand. She kept like, I was like, I'm concerned. We are all ghettoed up. I'm just reading that. Yo. All right, so they ended up moving into Eric's place, which is funny because she was very against that the entire time. And she's living with the cats in her room. I know she's okay with that, but low key, I'm kind of like, why he putting her in sequester like that? I don't like that. I don't like that. We talking about Eric and Virginia first, y'all. We not talking about nobody else. We going in order. We going in order. Is it just me or is it hard to believe these people are not characters? There's got to be a script somewhere. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. I find it very hard to believe that Chris would want to show himself like this just for a bag. There's too much backlash. So, I don't know. I don't know. Everything is definitely edited, that's for sure. They could have squatched unmatchables. You're right. You're right. Hey, Alan. Alan is pulling up in here. Yeah, I felt like she. And here's the thing, everything is speculation, everything is assumptions. We are not in those people's relationship, but just purely on optics, it looked like Virginia did not want to be near him. I don't know. Hi, Tisha. Right, Fedora? Ah, man. Yeah. I also found it funny too how all of a sudden her partying actually wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And Erica's like, oh, it was never an issue. So now you're going to lie to us because, some things are editing. Yeah, some things are editing. But that, come on. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jada. Come on, y'all. Come on. All of a sudden, it was never an issue. Every time you guys would have a blowout was because of alcohol. Most of your arguments was the fact that she didn't pick you first. She was always going out and not telling you where she was at. And that was never an issue. Now that I do not blame on editing. That was a whole, I'm a safe face now because, I look bad. Hey, Justine. Eric will slide. Child. Oh, wow. It's just, Oh, thank you, Killer. You better tell him. You better tell him to like the video. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I still have an inkling that there's going to be a lot of suffocation in this relationship. It's just, it's giving not ready on both of their accounts. I think he actually needs more time just to find a way to just be content with himself, just me by myself. I don't always need a partner. I'm afraid of being alone, but like be comfortable in your lonesome. You know what I mean? And for her to just grow up a smidge, just a little bit. Not it's giving abuse. Oh no. Tisha, she did say though that she's willing to, have kids with a man who wants kids and not have kids with a man who doesn't want kids. So I don't know. Those are her words. Hey, Abby. Those are her words, not mine. You think she will cheat on Eric? Oh no. I don't think maybe cheat, but I think it's going to come to a head and it's just going to be too much for her. I do think that she will become overwhelmed and will step out. Hey, Zolima. Not hell. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, man. Eric is still creeping me out. That's what I'm saying. Tink, tink. Poor little tink, tink. That's funny. Okay. We're going to move on from them because I don't have much more to say. I just found it funny how all of a sudden Eric was, willing to make all these concessions. And I'm like, this is completely different character than the person we saw. And that's concerning to me. It's very concerning. Yes, Ryan and Clara are next, Tisha. Good transition. So to me, they felt the most, this is just optics, they felt the most, let's put on a good face. So, they're sitting there, prim and proper couple, hand on leg, arm on shoulder, and it looked like the death grip, child. It looked like the death grip. Hey, Choco. So it's a fake, fake, fake. It looked very contrived. It looked very staged. I don't know, man. It was a death grip. He was holding onto her shoulder so tight. And I'm like, Hey, GA, what's good? What's good? What's good? Man, so the kids topic came up and they're now saying that kids are not going to come for the next few years, right? But what I hope that they do in that meantime is really talk about the fundamentals that they want to instill in their children, whether it is from a religious standpoint or whether it's just a decent human being standpoint, though the two can be synonymous, they are not always, i.e. Chris. Even though you've pushed children, are your, beliefs on how you want to raise them going to be the same by the time you get to that point where you've decided you want to have children in this marriage, because that's been the greatest issue. It's not the fact that they don't want children together. They do. But it's how they want to raise these children that has been the issue. And I'm concerned. These men and these damn cribs they have on these women. For real. For real. Oh, man. And they still had no direct answers. They didn't. Sex conversation came up. Well, yeah, you never know. And it took Kevin literally like squeezing it out of Ryan to get him to say that he loves Clara. And my thing is like, you had to be coerced, man. Oh, man. Someone said they don't think they've had sex either. Neither do I. I don't think so. I'm not in their bed. It's not really my business, but whew. Oh, man. Someone said Ryan do not love that girl. They avoid a lot of important topics. They do. They do. And it takes a lot of prompting to get these conversations out. And he did admit that, the cameras do add a sense of pressure that he does not like. Completely understand. But something like I love you, I would feel a way if I've been asking for this for months now. And it takes the pressure of being on TV for you to say it. I mean, maybe like he wanted it to be this grand gesture of you, like, We did this whole big public thing on television. Maybe if I also say I love you on television, it'll mean the same. But to me, it felt like he was coerced into saying it. Oh, man. No, but guess who's getting off Ryan and he hasn't given her nothing? Harmony. Oh, my gosh. And he also said, I think I do. Man, it's just too many red flags for me. It's too many red flags. And they wanted to renew their vows. They came to the agreement of renewing their vows before the I love you. So, babe, if Kevin wasn't there, how much were you going to let this man get away with before really like showing his commitment to you? You know what I mean? And my thing is like, he's saying, oh, I show her in many ways that I love her. Well, if you could do all the actions, just say the words. Just say the words. I was watching the Bald and Beautiful podcast and Kev on stage thought Ryan was acting like Karen from last season. And that's why I'm kind of like, I can understand why he was the way he was, because there are people who just malfunction in front of cameras. They can't take it. And you got to think too, we're seeing 2 or 3 views based on like camera positioning, but in reality, there's like 12 to 15 people in the room. So it can definitely get overwhelming for sure. Tink Tink said, you don't think they're getting married again? I don't know. Then don't come on the show. Yeah, well, they're still married right now. So I guess even though the format doesn't work for them logistically, the process did. Not Kevin can get it. And she shrugs her shoulders as he's hesitating his love for her. She's settled for sure. Yeah, I would agree. I'm just wondering if I have anything else to say about these two. Oh, he put it to rest that he was not a virgin. Yeah, okay. There was just too much evasiveness for me to believe that. And it's not for me to make claims over this man's sexual experience, but it just seemed very fishy to me. Very fishy. Not virginal. You got what? I've never heard that before. If he's not a virgin, then I'm Virgin Mary. Tank. Yo, you guys are sending me in these comments right now. Whew. Oh my gosh. He might not be a virgin another. And that's the thing. I'm like, you can be sexually explorative without actually having sexual intercourse. You know what I mean? And I think he was sexually explorative with other people. But in terms of like, I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, anyways, we're going to move on to those people because I'm not talking about this man's member. Like, he's not my man, so it is not my problem. Brianna and Vincent. Oh, somebody said something about Karen and Miles. Yeah, but Karen wasn't getting pleasured by Miles and not giving him anything in return. And Karen's thing was that Miles was too complacent. Ryan stays saying they're a great couple. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so Brianna and Vincent, to me, they looked the most organic. And they've always been that way. They have been very, oh, I like him. Oh, I like her. You know what I mean? It never seemed forced. It never seemed like, let's put on a show. Their attraction is definitely real from the two of them. Also, Brianna did not come to play, okay? Hair on point, makeup on point. The pattern of the dress was not my favorite, but her body was killing in it. So, oof. Fedora, no. So they've conceded to living at Vincent's apartment. She's slowly showing that she can relinquish some power. Harmony, there are people who agree with you. Who am I feeling? You know what? Now that you say it, excuse me. I don't know if there's anybody that I am feeling. I was feeling Vincent and Brianna. It's just, I don't know. Some of the tips that they got into was just like, really? This is what you guys are arguing about right now? Justine says none of them for her. Man. Chow says, love that Brianna acknowledged that home life is different from work life 100%. And it's really hard for women who are in a power position at work or just a work that is like requires a certain demeanor from you to dissociate that from your relationship. You know what I mean? Especially now more so with the pandemic where work is home and home is work. It's kind of hard to draw the line between, okay, switch off. I'm a wife now or I'm a partner now. You know what I mean? Even Vincent and Brianna, I feel like sis is settling just because she wants a light husband. I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, that's your opinion. Chindi says all these couples are playing. Let's pretend. I don't even think it's a thing of like Brianna wants a light husband. I just think she had a fairy tale image of marriage and like he checks enough boxes for her to be like, you know, we'll go with it. You know what I mean? But I think that they can grow together. I think that if they and you know what? If the immaturity works from both sides, then it's fine. But I just feel like there could be some growth independent of each other that they could do. And then as a couple, obviously. And they would definitely be the front runners for me. Harmony says, I still love Woody and Amani, even though they are not on this season. Fedora says, how many times can a man who allegedly loves you call you rude? And that's what I said last week, y'all. I was like, he's still saying things that are kind of defamatory, but also saying he loves her. So that's kind of like, yikes. Brianna and him don't vibe. It's giving me fake. Also, he seems intimidated by her. I do sense the intimidation thing, but I don't think that their connection is fake. I do think that they generally do like each other. They're definitely very infatuated with each other. I don't know. I just don't see a facade when it comes to their connection. Justine says, I feel like a lot of the couples, Brie and Vince, have the most. Out of all the couples, Brie and Vince have the most chances of succeeding. I would agree. I think they just need to like grow a little bit. But yeah, they've also met in the middle about the children conversation. She is now having baby fever. Her high blood pressure is no longer a factor. That was shade. I'm sorry. And he is okay with waiting a little bit longer than he wanted to. So yeah. And all of a sudden, her bossiness was never an issue. I'm like, okay, guys, come on. I understand it's embarrassing to see, you know, your pitfalls be displayed on television. But we would respect it more. We, the public, would respect it more if you just accept what was said, you acknowledge it, and you say, from then I have grown. Because even Brianna was never denying, you know, her type A personality. She was like, no, I can work on that. Like I needed to pull back. I needed to, you know, allow him to have space in this relationship. And I valued everything that she said. But when Vincent's saying things like, oh, the bossiness was never an issue. Okay. Stop. No, don't do that. He's still a little too sensitive. He is still a little too sensitive. He need to work more on his masculinity. Listen, let's not tie sensitivity to masculinity, y'all. Let's not do that. I do think he can work on his sensitivity mainly because of the kind of partner that he has, who has a tendency of having a more, you know, poke humor. And if you don't have a thick enough skin, that could bother you. And, you know, she has made concessions, in my opinion. So I feel like his concession would be to, you know, just toughen up a little bit. But I'm not going to equate that to his masculinity at all. They did that to Miles last season, and it's not right. It's not right. Okay, Harmony said that's true. Vincent is avoidant, and it's exhausting. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be, you know, in good spirits. Obviously, we only see 2% of their actual relationship. So, like somebody said before, I do see them as having the greatest chance of success. But yeah, I think growth, time, getting to know each other more deeply, some more experience as a married person would definitely give them what's happening? Oh, okay. Yeah. Chindi says they all need to get divorced and head to therapy. Oh man, I don't think. Well, but divorce. I don't necessarily think these two specifically would have to go as far as getting a divorce. Now, some others, but definitely therapy. Definitely therapy, definitely growth, definitely more experience. Okay, moving on to the ladies' chat. Oh my goodness. When you watch the flashbacks of what happened throughout the season, to me, the only women who seem to have maintained their character, maintained the way that we met them, was Brianna and Virginia. I feel like the way we met Brianna was the way we ended with Brianna. The way we met Virginia is the way we ended with Virginia. But Clara was very visibly more subdued than she was at the beginning of the season. Same with Paige. And to me, what was her name? Haley seemed stush. I don't know if that's a Canadian term. If you don't understand stush, let me know. But she was so stush. And I was like, we didn't meet you like this. Like you were, the fun girl, the girl who goes on trips, the girl you call for a good time. And then you ended up just stush. Clara is a whole new woman. I did not recognize her at all. And it was so sad because, granted, some of the things that she said, with the Chris altercation and stuff was kind of out of pocket only because don't antagonize somebody that you don't know. I fully believe if you don't know somebody, don't run the risk of throwing jabs at them because you don't know their capabilities and you don't want to put yourself in a compromising situation. So in that instance, I do feel like she could have, held her tongue a bit. But overall in the experience, like her outspoken nature definitely dissipated. Definitely dissipated. What does stush mean? Okay, stush is like uppity. Not uppity. No, stush is not like uppity. Stush is like stuck up, like stick in the mud, like killjoy, buzzkill, like that's what stush means. It's not a matter of like their physical appearance harmony, it was just their demeanor. Their demeanor changed for me. Clara lost herself, Haley was already lost. I do feel like Clara lost herself. Like the spark that was Clara. Granted, a person like her and a person like me, I don't think would actually be like close friends, but I could see how she would have a magnetic personality to certain people. But at the end of it, it just felt like somebody who in a room you would completely look over. And that saddened me. That really saddened me. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, it really saddened me. On to Haley. She looked like she wanted to implode when they were talking about sex. Oh my gosh. The girl could not have looked more dead inside. It was so embarrassing. And then we finally got the answer of whether or not the sex was good or bad. Child, it was bad. Ooh, it was bad. Man. Ooh. It was. And I'm number one. I'm kind of sick of her saying like, I exhausted all the possible. Girl, you didn't try as hard as you think you did. Like based off of the things that we witnessed, you did not try as hard as you are really like trying to push that you did, you know? Ugh. Like, Haley couldn't wait to tell us the sex was trash. And we knew it all along. I mean, yeah, it's, ooh, man. She was like, I tried emotionally connecting and it wasn't there. And then I tried, whatever the other connection was. And then, my last straw was physically, and it just wasn't there. I'm like, whoo. And then Virginia was trying to help her, talking about, they just didn't mesh. Like, they just didn't mesh. And I'm like, girl, she want to say the sex was trash. Don't try to save her. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Woo. Alina says, if I was Haley, I would be turned off and not try also. But here is the thing, Lena. Okay, the sex thing, I understand. Bad sex early on, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that. But when it comes to trying and putting in an effort, she feels like she was the one making all the effort while Jacob wasn't. But here's the thing. He's hearing from you that you need space and you need time. He's hearing from your family that you need space and you need time. When he's talking to, everybody around, they're talking, give her space, give her time. So now why is he in the wrong when he's giving you space and giving you time? Exactly what you've requested, exactly what he's been directed to do in order to be in your good graces. You know what I mean? And I think that, it's kind of hard to be there for somebody who has made it known that your presence is off-putting to them, and they showed a clip in the next piece that he thinks like she was disgusted by him. And if you have that running in your head, granted, we have seen that Jacob has a tendency of jumping the gun sometimes, but that we can agree on. We can agree that she was never going to be interested in this man. No. Okay. So, how much can you really put yourself out there for somebody who's already shut you out? Why am I going to try? And if you remember last season too, I forget the couple, but the guy who was kind of fidgety and the girl who was basically homeless. I'm so sorry. I don't remember these people's names, but from him too, from day one, he knew, oh, I'm not going to vibe with this chick. And that's why throughout the entire thing, he did not try. He did not try at all. Henry and Christina, thank you. Yes, it was the same thing. If from the jump, I already know, oh, it's not going to work with you, why are we trying? Why are we trying? Haley was also intoxicated, so who's to say it wasn't just whiskey dick? You know what I mean? I honestly believe nobody should be getting physical until there is an emotional connection and trust and a spiritual connection, if that's who you are. I agree, especially in a process like this to where everything is expedited. Feelings can develop very quickly. Feelings can be hurt very quickly. I feel like it is in your best interest just to hold off on sex, at least for the first, in my opinion, 2 weeks. For the first 2 weeks, just give it a rest. Because I feel like sex can be bad or even just mediocre with somebody that you don't know, and add on the, on the fence of attractiveness towards this person, it's just gonna, completely swing to the, I don't like this person at all, right? But imagine you're on the fence with this person. You build an emotional connection. You build, a mental bond with this person, everything, right? Most likely you're going to swing to the attraction side because you've built on more than just physical. And also, sex can be taught. There are sex therapists for a reason. Ugh. I'm tired of talking about these people's sex life. And how do we know it wasn't Haley who was bad at sex? Somebody said. Oh no. Chow says Jacob was so willing to take direction and change the first few weeks. She could have worked on sex if she wanted to, but oh well, that's what I'm saying. Completely agree. Completely agree. Oh, man. Okay. What else happened on this girls' chat, too? I did not like that the women were trying to say that all of the issues that came from Paige and Chris's downfall was on Chris. And that's not to say that Chris didn't play like a 75% role in this. But I do understand that you don't want to say, less than flattering things about your friend, especially while she's in the room. But you cannot tell me this man is that good of a master manipulator to make this strong, educated, grown woman fall for it every time. No, gospel, I'm not even going to accept 99.9. I'm not going to accept 99.9. Paige played a bigger role than people want to admit. She did. 99.9 is taking away too much credit from Paige. I'm sorry. She allowed herself to be in this situation time and time again. When he played you for a fool the first time, okay. When he played you for a fool the second time, that was your turn to go. And you came back. And you came back. And you came back. So now you're looking like Boo Boo the Fool. You know what I mean? The soul tie girl, that's why she kept going back. Well, child, I don't know. Yes, Paige played a bigger role than people want to admit. And it's hard because it's a beautiful Black woman. We always want to root for, somebody who, well, that's me assuming everybody in here is Black, which is not true. But for most of the people, like, you want to see someone thrive. And when they don't, especially when the perpetrator seems just so bad, you want to put a lot of the onus on them. But I'm sorry, I'm looking at both of them sideways. Period, Rebecca. By episode 3. All right? By episode 3. Kevin was messy and I loved it. I loved every second of it. The fact that Paige's family didn't get this girl in a rehab. Oh, guys. I don't know if it's as deep as rehab, but I was concerned that she didn't have a support system throughout the thing. We saw his mama how many times? We saw Pastor Dwight. We saw Mercedes even. But Paige's people were not there, and I don't know if it was a not wanting to be on camera thing. I don't know if it was a disapproving of the marriage or if she just doesn't have that many people in her corner. But it was hard. It was so hard to watch this woman put herself in a situation that was so detrimental and, be constantly beaten down, and come back like Stockholm Syndrome. It was sad. And then, in my opinion, they were too cozy when they pulled up here in the reunion. Smiles, giggling, looking at each other, smiling. Why? The things this man said about you will never leave you. This will be documented forever. It is on the internet for public consumption forever. And you're going to smile in his face? Not to say forgiveness and restitution are not possible. That is very possible. But if you say things to me like, there are all these beautiful white queens, Hispanic queens, Black queens, and you chose this one, I promise you, you will never experience happiness. You will never experience happiness. As long as I'm alive, happiness will not find you. Yo. Oh my gosh. Day one, he was already saying iffy things on the wedding day, and her friends didn't warn her at all. The friends didn't say nothing. The friends didn't say a thing. And whatever they did say was too sugar-coated for me. Danielle A. said, it's true. Chris doesn't like correction. Only Chris can correct himself 100%. 100%. Dana said, word on the street is they still doing the do. Of course. Oh. There's no way you're that cozy with somebody who dogged you on national television unless you still getting that work. There's no way. There's no way. Edka said, Paige made me so mad. She has so much to offer, but accepts absolute trash like it's gold. And that was the most embarrassing part. If she was like a pigeon, then it would make sense that she's with a scrub. But she was not a pigeon. She is not a pigeon. She has value. She has, education. She has things to offer. And to settle with a scrub like this, a man who's cussing up a storm at a pastor when he himself used to be a minister, talking about, I'm a man of God, and I'm trying to bring a king into this world, and I'm trying to, Is she not embarrassed? Because this is very embarrassing. Also, she didn't have to go in between those two men. Like, I wouldn't have moved out the way. Like, I would have moved out the way. And Chris is not... yeah, we're not going to talk about his looks, y'all. She's still letting them get away with it. And I don't even think she really sees that that's what she's doing. Because even though she was like, in order to respect myself, I'm not going to talk about certain things anymore. And, just the way that she was talking was basically, the words were saying, I'm disassociated from this. I'm no longer, tied to him. I've let it go, whatever. But the fact that when he throws a tantrum, you're coming to his aid. When people are saying things about him, you're saying, oh no, but it was me too. When these two men are starting to have an altercation, you want to go and stand in between. Baby, you're still letting him get away with it. How do you not see this? And obviously watching back the reunion won't mean nothing because you watch back the series and you're still acting like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually, I was like, oh, this shot is very awkward right now. They deserve each other. Somebody said, I don't care. They were meant to be honest, because who would fall for Chris? Especially after this? Not Nam, buddy. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it's crazy how in less than 3 days, he already had her pegged. He already knew what was enough to say to push the envelope and what was enough to say to pull her right back in. Amazing. Like, it's very sinister and it's very evil and it's vile and it's disgusting, but I can't help but be in awe. Like, you're good. You're so good. It's astounding. It really is. Not kind of, Justine. She very much so enables his behavior. What do you mean? Queen of enabling behavior. He has a mama. Let his mama deal with this. Oh, and it pissed me off when they brought out Pastor Dwight. Actually, no, this was even before that. Chris said he was upset with how Dwight handled the conversation with Paige because you don't go and talk to somebody's wife without consulting the husband first. First of all, you were not a husband. She was not your wife. Legally, you guys are in a civil union. But in terms of you being husband and her being your wife, that was not the case. Okay? So in my opinion, he had every right to come to her without asking for your permission. Now, the things that he said were very shady. And as somebody who loves drama, I was here for it. But as somebody who was his friend, it was kind of out of the line. Let's be honest. It was kind of out of line if that really was your friend. But then I'm also like, I don't have mercy for Chris. So I don't care whether it was out of line or not. It needed to be said. It needed to be said. And I don't care whose mouth it came out of. It had to be said. I wish Chris was there so that he could, be told what's what. Because I'm tired of people having their opinions on the talking heads, having their opinions, on these side conversations. But when Chris is in the room, when Chris is in front of you, where's the accountability? Friends, family, pastor, mentors, where are you? Where are you? Everybody enables this kid's behavior. Every single person. Pastor Dwight, his father, his mother, even Pastor Cal, if we're going to be honest. Am I going there? I'm going there. When he was saying things about Paige in that little consultation between him and whatever, these two black men. To me, I understand that we had to hear the words that were being said from Chris. But Pastor Cal let him say too much. And my thing is, I would have liked to see Pastor Cal be like, you know what? Because we're on television and because I respect this woman and you should respect this woman, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not going to allow you to demean this woman on this platform. It's not happening. It's not happening. So that's why I'm a little bit also upset with Pastor Cal. But at the end of the day, it is a TV show and anything salacious is great for ratings. So I get it. See, honey, Pastor Dwight is always looking good. Okay. Harmony, I'm dead. Felonia says, I was hollering when Kevin said, how many times you diminish Paige and you mad that Pastor Dwight said something about Mercedes and it wasn't even that defamatory. So annoying. Barbara says, when Kevin told Chris, Pastor Dwight, she looked over at Chris, shocked and concerned. I would have pulled some popcorn under the couch getting ready for the show. Sandy says, Chris is mad at Pastor Dwight because he was about to expose the lies about the baby. I still don't understand the whole story with the baby thing. Again, I'm not going to be in this woman's womb because we don't do that. But, something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. The fact that Mercedes was even in the mix, it's so messy. Yes. Why does Paige like this? Child. We don't know. I also found it very triggering for me personally. This is a personal issue. How all of a sudden everything was unfair to discuss. And my thing was like, throughout this season, you knew this was taped. Of course, you don't know how things are going to be chopped up and you don't know what sound bites they're going to get from you, but you knew that everything you said had the potential of being aired on television. Now, here's a time to exonerate yourself. Here's a time to clear your name. Here's a time to speak highly of Paige. And, some things it's unfair to say this because, Paige is here. It's unfair to talk about that because, Mercedes isn't here. You didn't think it was fair or unfair to say all the craziness that you said on TV. It wasn't unfair to you then. Why is it unfair now? And I was also very upset at the fact that he took the time at the reunion, prompted by Kevin, mind you, to apologize to America, to apologize to Black women in particular. And you had ample opportunities to do that while the season was airing. You made Paige look like an idiot down to the last day of the experience. And now, because you've seen the backlash and you've seen that we're not going with your shit, sorry, had to say it. I know I don't normally cuss on this channel, but now is the time to be apologetic. Now is the time for remorse. Now is the time to ask for forgiveness. No. Apology not accepted. On behalf of Black women, on behalf of Paige, because she can't be behalf herself, apology not accepted. Not accepted. You had ample opportunity to fix your behavior. You had ample opportunity to apologize. Not on a platform, not on decision day, not on reunion day. Throughout the process when you made her look Just crazy. And you didn't. So for that, apology not accepted. Apology not accepted. Due to the time frame of auditioning, Chris was trying to get his 15 minutes of fame. Period. I do agree that Chris was worse than Brandon. Who was Brandon? Oh, wait, was Brandon the guy who cheated? Yikes. I'm not sticking up for Paige anymore. She keeps going back and she needs to work on her self-esteem. I don't know if it's self-esteem. I don't know if it's conditioning. My mind was just blown. I don't know if it was like being so desperate to make sure your first marriage was your only marriage. Like, I don't know. Brandon was a belligerent black man of the DC season. I have seen every season and he is not coming up in my head right now. Who was Brandon? I'm here looking for my phone. My phone is right here. Let me look on my laptop. Married at First Sight, Brandon. Married at First Sight. Brandon and Taylor. Oh. I remember him. Yeah. I did not like this man. I did not like him. I thought you guys were talking about the really tall guy who cheated on the girl who was a twin. Because he was bad too. Poof, cha. Jesse says, yes, at least Chris showed his true colors. Caleb finessed America. Caleb. Oh. Yes, Caleb did. Oh, Caleb finessed us, child. Oh. Caleb got me with the whoop-de-whoop. Matt was his name. Yes, you are right. What type of juju Chris got on them girls? Because this is his third engagement. How does he keep getting this far? Oh, Caleb is from a different show. Caleb is from another show where basically he came on a show. It was a dating show with a woman. Her name was Justine. And the entire time he had a girlfriend back home, apparently. And so, he won the show. They won money. He went out, was doing merch and all this stuff. All the while he had a woman waiting for him when the season was over. So, yeah, we were bamboozled. Yes. These suits that Chris and Pastor Dwight wore. They only have one set of suits, child. Oh my goodness sakes. Only one set of suits. I'm trying to see if I have any more notes. I think that's it. So we can just talk about anything you guys want to talk about now. Paige's Christian views led her astray. She's in love with, love with the devil. I also hear she and Chris are still sexually active. I hope she's using condoms and contraceptive. Yes, Fedora, Justine the black girl. Yeah, we've talked about it before and how, Christianity can definitely, not even just Christianity, but religion can oftentimes cloud somebody's, judgment on, how somebody is treating you on a personal level rather than the principles you want to uphold because it is, religiously correct. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And Chindy, even if she did like condoms, they've already had it without. So good luck getting a man to go back on condoms when you've allowed him not to. So Tink Tink says soul ties are real. Soul ties are real, but also, again, as a Christian woman, I mean, we can argue that, yes, he was your husband, but obviously marriage does not talk about, thou shalt not go on married at first sight. You know what I mean? So because this is so unconventional, I do think that she still could have, been, I say a lot. She still could have been a little more cautious when going into the bed with Chris because you believe in things like soul ties. Or maybe she doesn't. Who knows? Paige wanted to give Chris a honeymoon baby because he wanted one. This is true. You already know that they're not using protection. Yep. And the ex looked pissed when Paige said she could have been pregnant. Yeah. Referring to her getting, oh, yeah. I feel like that was kind of passive aggressive on Paige's part. And I don't even blame her because you have come and embarrassed me. Mercedes has come and embarrassed me. Production has allowed me to be embarrassed on television. I'm going to throw my jabs. Girl, I could have been pregnant too. Ooh, girl, I was scared just like you. You pregnant, I'm pregnant. Ooh, sister wives. All the jabs. He told me how, you used to do it and how I do it better. Ooh, girl, work on that. Ooh, girl, he bought you the Mercedes with my money. So basically that's my car. So I'm going to repo that next week. Ooh, be careful. All the jabs. I would throw all the jabs, okay? How about STDs? Well, merp. Paige is in love with love, yep. We all pregnant, okay? You pregnant, I'm pregnant. Dr. Viviana's pregnant. Shoot, Dr. Pepper pregnant. We all pregnant. Bye, Chris. I'm pregnant through the screen. We all pregnant. What now? What? Yo, I would be Petty McGee. You hear me? Anything completely out of line. I don't care. I'm being petty. You made me look like this on TV? Oh, the blicky is out. It's out. Everybody's catching it. I don't care. I'm gonna be so petty. Ooh, cha. Especially Dr. Pepper. I love you guys. You guys are freaking hilarious. I can't. Ooh. The way I would have had to restrain myself and my family from doing physical harm to Chris. Whew. But at the same time, I would have been out since day one. Yeah, definitely no. As soon as I hear, I was trying to force an attraction by having sex with you. Oh, baby, let me help you out. Goodbye. You ain't got to try for nothing. I will let you know that you're not attracted to me. Okay? You ain't got to try for nothing. He will have a hard time finding a mate, somebody said. Yeah. You are notoriously known as the asshole of Married at First Sight. Forever. And now all your business is always going to be public information. You start dating somebody new, people are going to be, oh, what's that? Who you dating? Who? Girl, did you watch season 12, Married at First Sight? You didn't? Here are the highlights. That's your man. That's what's going to happen for the end of time. The end of time. The look on Paige's face when she saw the clip of Chris comparing her to all the queens in Atlanta, I couldn't watch it. I had my hand up like this. I was mortified for her. I was mortified. Ugh. It was so embarrassing. Imagine a man telling you he had a panic attack because of the way you look after having sex with you twice. Oh, I would die. I would die. It was absolutely disgusting. Yes, Tisha. Oh, well, he wanted his 15 minutes of fame. Got it. He destroyed his reputation single-handedly. All right, y'all. I feel like we have said what we wanted to say. Next week, though, I'm so ready for Jacob to light it up, okay? This man has been waiting to say his piece. Oh, I'm excited. He's gonna burn the building down. I'm so hyped. I am so hyped. I'm so hyped. It reminds me of last season when Henry, seemed very quiet. And then Henry was like, oh, season's over? We can get a divorce now? Cool. Let me tell you how I really feel. Light it up, Jacob. Light it up. Light it up. And I can't wait for Haley to squirm because she's been very vocal throughout this whole season. Very vocal. You know, I tried my best. I put in all the work. He didn't do nothing. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Jacob is bringing all the smoke. Yes. Jacob was waiting like Henry was waiting for Christina. Period. Period. They need to make these seasons short because, child, ain't nobody got time for all these kind of shenanigans. Yeah, the seasons are kind of long. And they're back in like a month and a half. Bro. They are churning these things out like butter. Man, it's crazy. But I'll be back. Actually, I'm going to be hesitant on whether or not I'll be back for that. Only reason is because the other shows that I review that are more popular on my channel are coming back around that same time. So will I be back for season 13? Who knows? I'm going to try though. I'm going to try. And it is in Texas. I know. I love Texas. I love Houston, Texas. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm ready for next week. Obviously I will do a live for that as well. And yeah, that'll be it for the season, y'all. That'll be it. Hey, shout out to your home state. Ew. You would have married Jake, Bethany? Girl, he's available. Hit him up. Hit him up. Oh, you would marry Jake too? Okay. Jake got some fans in here. And give him a makeover. Girl, that's not the... You supposed to love him how he is. What you mean? That was Haley's problem, trying to change him. Y'all can't do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree with you. Their relationship, I think, was a ratings pull for sure. For sure. All right, y'all, though, that is all I have to say. I am hot and sweaty and I need some cold water. So, I don't know why I told you guys that, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay. I hope you guys have a good night. I will set like a stream for next season so that you guys can hit the reminder for that. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I missed it. Oh my God. Like, I know there's going to be comments talking about how they missed the live and whatever. So set a reminder. It'll be on the channel for a week from today. You can set a reminder and it'll let you know when we go live. Okay. All right. No, I wasn't live the entire episode, though. No. For 2 hours? And then the extra hour to talk about it? No. All right, y'all. That's all. Be blessed. Go with God. Sayonara.